Tonight on NHL Network.
He is 7th in goals against, 5th in save percentage, and he has been rock solid, just recently back from an injury. These are two of the top teams in the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League. Rimouski and the Dark Sweaters, the home team, they're number 2, and Moncton sits 5th in the queue. Problem for Moncton is they can't finish much higher than 4th with Halifax in their division.
No, but right up at them in the rearview mirror, there's an opportunity for Moncton to slip. So this game's still very important, as it will be the rest of the season for the Wildcats.
Lead pass for Dmitry Yaskin, just out of his reach, gives us an opportunity to check out the keys to the game. Brought to you by the Irwin Tools. The makers of Vice Grip Group Lock Pliers invite you to celebrate National Tradesman Day on September 20th.
8 of the last 10 games for Moncton will be on the road, and they've got a mediocre road record, 1 game under 500. So it'll be key for Moncton to start rolling on the road. And for Rimouski, coach speak, a very complicated game, Serge Beausoleil, the head coach, told us, against Sherbrooke. Lower teams in the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League. Feels like they really just need to get back to basics in this game against Moncton.
You want shots on goal, a chance, and Scott Oak put that pass through the slot area. Nobody there for Rimouski. The Saulnier twins out there, overage players. Alain, number 19, goes in after a puck. Brother Alex heads to the front of the net. Yannick Veilleux, he's a St. Louis draft pick. Narbonne gets it back to Veilleux. They were members of that Shawinigan MasterCard Memorial Cup winning team last season, too. Rimouski pokes at it, but can't get it out. Ryan McKinnon from Summerside PEI. High off the glass. Hits to center. Alexander Lavoie. Second leading scorer on the Rimouski Oceanic. Does a 360. Has it poked off his stick. Puck stays there for him. Low shot. That doesn't get through to the net. Ryan Penny moves the pass ahead to Veilleux. He didn't get it out. Jan Kostelek can't get a shot through, and Christophe Lalonde buys a little time circling back into his own zone.
Like the pace to start this game. Two teams that mean business here tonight.
And Kostelek forechecked by Penny, able to get the puck out, and that'll force the birthday boy, Jacob Sweeney, after it. Just turned 18 today. Francis Beauvillier right on him, one of the best skaters in the league.
Yeah, you'll notice him. His wheels are definitely something to take note of, and because of that, he can force you to make moves you don't want to make, and that's where he's best, when he's pressuring on the forecheck.
Well, Moncton, an errant pass, goes for icing.
Jacob Sweeney, part of the back two for Danny Flynn in terms of the defenseman for the Moncton Wildcats. Plus 14, 54 games, and getting a chance to watch those ahead of him, such as Racine and Narbonne, who played the MasterCard Memorial Cup and won it with Shawinigan. And so Danny Flynn trying to spot Sweeney out there in positions where he can have the most success, realizing that he's got 3 or 4 veteran defensemen he can really lean on for big minutes.
And he knocks that down, can't get it out. McKinnon able to keep it in. Low shot. There's Dubois with a save. And he keeps that rebound close.
On the other end, Serge Beausoleil will lean on the likes of his top 3 defensemen, and most notably Ryan McKinnon, the Rimouski player through and through, a leader in the dressing room, and a guy, because Rimouski is down to 5 defensemen, will see a ton of time here tonight, a career high 18 points for McKinnon.
Dmitry Yaskin along the boards, puts the pass ahead to Ivan Barbashev. He was the first overall pick in the import draft, and Danny Flynn raves about the Russian import. He's number 2 in rookie scoring in the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League. Tried to dig that puck loose. McKinnon trying to keep possession. He knows a couple of dangerous players from Moncton are right there. Held on to it long enough to get it ahead to Kevin Gagne. Snaps it right on goal. Dubois stands there and catches it.
Along with McKinnon, Gagne will see a ton of minutes tonight because they're so banged up on the back end. Casey Babineau was hurt in the game against Sherbrooke 2 nights ago, so Serge Beausoleil really leaning on 5 defensemen. You see Samuel Morin. He's hurt, out with a shoulder injury, but he dressed for the pregame skate. He's actually out on the bench right now. And Serge Beausoleil feels that maybe he can give his team an emotional lift coming into tonight's game, so they decided to dress him for the warm-up, and Morin chomping at the bit to get back in the lineup. Of course, this is his draft year.
Serge Beausoleil is one of my favorite guys to talk to. He's so positive, and he does those mind strategies, like putting Moran in the warm-up, just to add a bit of spark to the team.
When you go into his office, all you see are signs on the wall from different motivational speakers or writers. And there's so many different things that he will just key on and throw up on the wall as constant reminders. So not only there in his office, but throughout the dressing room. And you get a look at Moran, who will not play a shift in this game. But because they're down, they have the option to dress him. They'll at least be there in spirit in the first period.
Gagne through traffic. The puck's loose. It's in. Rimouski opens the scoring. All kinds of traffic in front of the net. That's exactly what Serge Beausoleil wanted. Gagne put it there, and Rimouski knocked it home.
Well, there's Gagne. He finds himself a hole, and Lauzon is just digging in front of the net. Gauthier is there as well, but he keeps hacking and whacking at it. Why? Because the puck's not covered up. Dubois looks over his right shoulder, but it indeed is over his left shoulder, and the referees do a great job here. Loose puck, creeping, rolling, and there it is, over the line and in. I'm not so sure Lauzon forced it in that way, but at the very least...
That's to start the Océanic one. Simone Fortier, number 81, out there with number 90, Jasmin Boutet. A couple of guys who made the midterm rankings in Central Scouting. A lot of 17-year-olds on this Rimouski team. 8 players were ranked in the midterm rankings, including Vladimir Bryubkin, the Russian import, and Bryubkin tested. Dubois there.
Well, a good job on the fourth line here for Rimouski, creating some offensive opportunities. And, you look at the goal, a 1-0 goal, even situation. We talked to Serge Beausoleil before the game. He said in our last 5 games, we have 4 even-up goals. And so he'll be happy for his team to get off to this start here with an even-strength goal to give them the 1-0 lead.
Philippe Desrosiers has not been busy early in this game. Jonathan Narbonne, recently back in the lineup. Just puts it right back into the Oceanic zone. Jan Kostelik, he took part in the CHL NHL Home Hardware Top Prospects game. Scott Oak comes in, steps one right on, and there's Dubois again.
Well, you talk about going back to a simple game, and Serge Beausoleil said, hey, we tried to be too fancy. We tried to do too much on our own in that loss against Sherbrooke. So what do? You come out, you want to get pucks to the net. You want to get the puck deep, all that coach speak kind of stuff. That's how they scored with the Gagne goal, who now gets credit for his 18th, and a simple chip from Lauzon to get it to head to Gauthier for a shot on goal there.
Barbashev knocks a pass down. Took a shot that was blocked by McKinnon. Barbashev gets it back. He scores. It's Jaskin. Dmitry Jaskin continues to have the hot hand on Friday Night Hockey, and Moncton is even it up.
Didn't take long, and a good response by the Wildcats. And Barbashev is one of those players who's spent most of his time with Jaskin on and off the ice. His shot is blocked, but he doesn't give up on the play. Rather than skate through, what Barbashev does is he stops in his tracks, and now he's able to find the open man in Jaskin. And that lightning quick release to the far post. Rossi just a shade late getting there. And just like that, we're tied at 1. But it's funny, those two had played together for a good portion of the year. But Danny Flint felt, maybe we got to move Barbashev. Maybe we have to move Jaskin around a little bit. Once Deneau came in and enabled those guys to solidify that line, now you have a veteran player who wins faceoffs like Deneau, and then you put him with Jaskin and Barbashev. Good chemistry amongst those three.
Again, a forecheck by Deneau. Jaskin intercepts it, threw it in front of the net. Deneau, short side. DeRossi made the 7 other chance. DeRossi able to keep it out.
I mean, Dmitry Jaskin is a menace. And, I talked to some scouts last week when I was watching a game in Mississauga, and many feel, even some in the St. Louis camp, that this guy could be playing third-line minutes in the National Hockey League right now. We see him pick up the goal, and then we see him escape from the corner with a good shot on goal. Dmitry Jaskin, sensational. Since October 19th, he's been kept off the score sheet just twice. One of those games was against Rimouski, February 11th. He was kicked out in that game, so he didn't have the opportunity to get on the score sheet by not playing a full game.
Scott Oak comes in over the line. Peter Traynor, the second leading scorer in the league. He wears number 17 for Rimouski. Had his stick lifted as the pass came. Jean-Francois Plante, 19-year-old. He's normally a forward, but because Rimouski's short on D, he'll have to play a little bit back there. Here he is with the puck, number 92. Plante moves it ahead. Trainer calling for the pass. LeBlanc tries to chase it down. Lucas Grundy, negative of Calgary in the lineup for Rimouski.
That's a guy from Calgary playing major junior in Rimouski.
Well, he's added some toughness. I think they're going to tell us what he's doing here.
Amazing story. He gets to the bench quickly for a change, but looking for a little toughness. The Rimouski Océanic Philippe Boucher contacted some people in the Western Hockey League, and up they came with Grundy.
Quick shot. Again, Dubois there and is able to absorb it and not allow a rebound. Some early scoring on Friday Night Hockey. Kevin Gagne, Dmitry Askin, and it's 1-1.
There's his kid.
And here with the Rimouski coach, Serge Beausoleil. Serge, you've got Kevin Gagne from St. John in December. What has he meant to your hockey club since his arrival?
A lot of speed, a lot of character. He's showing the way right now, Tony.
Talk a bit about this game, the paces, and what you expected.
We expect a good puck management, especially against Yaskin trio, and we have to be sure to do the good choice with the puck.
Serge, thank you so much. Best of luck.
My pleasure, Tony.
A likable man, Serge behind the bench of the Rimouski Océanic. Took his team to the league final last year before being beaten out by St. John. But getting by Halifax and Rimouski, we were here for one of those games. So they welcomed us back. That was a 9-0 win against the Halifax Mooseheads. And so when we walked into this building, everyone's face started to light up. Hey, pretty good. We're going to be on Sportsnet. Maybe we'll have a similar result to last year.
And Moncton likes to see Friday Night Hockey come to town, too. They've won twice on Friday Night Hockey. Something's got to give tonight.
Battle of the FNH.
Yannick Veilleux, 30-goal season. That's played by DeRosier. Has to get back into his net quickly. Alain Saulnier gets it over to Alex Saulnier. Alain, number 19, was saying before the game he's leading brother Alex in points, and for the first time in his career, he might actually win the brother battle. They're always very close in points, the Twins. Frederic Gauthier, keep an eye on him. Scouts are really high on number 23 for Rimouski. He is big at 6'4", 215 pounds. Big centerman for the Océanic.
Yeah, and they want him to use that size. And we talked about him off the top of the broadcast. Play a more physical style of game, but he will mature as the years go on. No question. And RJ had talked about DeRosier coming out to play the puck, and the lines are still painted on the ice here, but in the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League, that trapezoid has been eliminated. And, you know, one thing I'd really like to see is all three leagues go with universal rules, the same rules. You know, one league has the icing where you can't change in the Western Hockey League. Ontario doesn't have it. Quebec doesn't have it. You know, the trapezoid's still in effect in Ontario, but not here in Quebec. I'd like to see the Canadian Hockey League and all 60 teams get together and standardize the rules. At one point, we have to realize that this is a development league getting ready for the National Hockey League, so the rules here should mirror the rules there.
Makes it easier for the announcers, too.
Got that right.
Jacob Sweeney will have a little bit of time as he heads back into his own zone. Rimouski's on a change. Pass ahead to Philip Danault. That one's picked off by Kevin Gagne. Gagne now Scott Oak. No speed coming in over the line. Got the pass across the trainer, though. Everybody back for Moncton. Dmitry Askin, the goal scorer. He came in fifth in the QMJHL in scoring. Already has one more to add to his total. Kevin Gagne, that's a tough task to tie up Yaskin. Yaskin comes out of the corner with a puck. Yaskin takes a shot right on. DeRosier make the save, and Danault was right on the doorstep.
Well, RJ, you talked about Rimouski not going across the line with any speed, and it's a turnover just inside the blue line that allows Dmitry Askin and the Moncton Wildcats to come back the other way. And then when you give the big man a chance to work the boards, to get the puck in front of the net, he has that ability to control the puck, to protect the puck. And you know when he gets it in the offensive zone, something is going to go towards the net. That's exactly what happens on this play. Look at Yaskin protect that puck. I mean, he's got man strength. You're talking about Gagne. He's a very solid defenseman here in the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League, and he manhandled.
And a 20-year-old. Grundy gets it to front. Bounce pass ahead to Fortier. Good enough to tip it outside the zone. Forecheck by Ryukvin. It's all over Sweeney. Finally, Sweeney falls. Gets it to the line. Grundy able to keep it in. Grundy had that go outside the line, known more for his toughness. Lots of time for Jonathan Racine, a Florida Panther draft pick. Tough defenseman, leads the team in penalty minutes. 9th in the queue in penalty minutes. Tremaine. Had Kostelik stand up on him. Christophe Lalonde, he's up to 26 goals this season. Ryan Penny troubles one, tried to get it in front of the net. DeRosier made sure that didn't happen. James Melindy. Crosby Mall lofted that one high. Off the boards, Melindy keeps it in. Phoenix draft pick, slides it back into the corner. Matthew Leclerc has it picked off by 16-year-old Lucas Back. Can't get to the front of the net though. Gets his pocket picked before he got outside the line. A little help from Leclerc gets the job done.
Johnson on the backtrack. Good job turning the puck over at the Rimouski blue line.
Johnson at center, dumps it in. Connor Garland, 16-year-old number 8 for Moncton. Bit of a steal in the draft for the Wildcats. He's coming off a pretty good performance on Tuesday against Cape Breton. He had a hat trick and 4 points. Lead pass for Scotto. Can he get by Racine? Racine able to skate back and take the puck away.
Tough play and a good defensive play not to take a penalty.
Evan Gagne out there with Clark. Offensive-minded Gagne and a forward on the blue line for Rimouski. Garland leads the rush for Moncton. He's got Bayou with him. Can't go wide on Gagne, just dumps it in. Plenty of Oceanic players over there. Scotto spins away from the hard-charging Bayou. Melindy quickly, Saulnier moves the pass to Rimouski. Tried to break out again. Saulnier didn't like it again. Melindy will skate it out this time. Now drops it off for Rimouski. Alain Saulnier had that puck bounce as it got to him.
A lot of regroups on the part of Moncton, and that's due to the aggressive forecheck here, even in the neutral zone by the Rimouski Océanic.
Well, that took a funny hop. Fortunately for Moncton, nobody there for Rimouski. Alex Saulnier has Bayou with him. Drops it down low. Bayou will chase after Ryan McKinnon. McKinnon comes around the net. Off the boards, and that will be icing against Rimouski. The Wildcats in Oceanic. Tasty treat so far. 1-1 on Friday Night Hockey.
About prepared as any coach in the Canadian Hockey League.
Bit of a stalemate on the draw. Dano finally got it. That turned into a dangerous play with Yaskin hovering in front of the net. Barbashev snaps a hard one on DeRosier, and he didn't have any problems there.
Talk about Ivan Barbashev, his brother Sergei playing in the KHL, but Barbashev came over, and due to some visa issues, he never had the opportunity to see his family. In fact, at Christmas, he went and visited the Grachev family in Boston because it was just too hard for him to get back. So last week, the Barbashev family was able to make its way in town to spend some time with his little brother in August.
Barbashev just turned 17 in December. Dimitri Yaskin, Kevin Gagne, he's got that top task to try to contain him in the corner. Puck comes back to the line. He almost shot a hard one. DeRosier got a piece of it and it went off the crossbar. This Moncton line has been good. Philip Dano, number 10, is the second star of the week in the queue. Got the puck to him on. Now over to Melindy. Shot with traffic. McKinnon blocked it. Yaskin spins and fires. The rebound came in front. Still maintained by Moncton. Yaskin, another shot. That deflects just wide. Alex Relaizo trying to finally clear it, and it won't be icing, but Oceanic get the puck out.
Rimouski is going to have to find an answer for this line because every time the Yaskin line has been out, they have been absolutely dominant, and another shift just like that this time around. Unbelievable.
Peter Trainer. A snapshot for pass across the ice to Oak. Knocked it down, couldn't maintain possession. Trainer along the boards, tips it ahead. Oak took a swing at it. Penny moves it to the open side, and Frederick to New Brunswick's Peter Trainer gets to it. Second leading scorer in the queue. Can he get a shot away? He does, but it was blocked by Penny, and that'll have the bees in the boot right now.
Yeah, you better keep skating, because once you settle down, it'll swell right up.
Oak in front of the net. Chance for Lavoie, couldn't put it on goal. Kostelik lets one fly, just missed the far side. Matthew Leclerc. Drops it down low. Penny picks that off. Oak knocks it away from him, and now Lavoie has it. Kevin Gagne off the bench. Avoids a couple of attempted blocks. Kostelik, top of the circle. This line for Rimouski has a little something happening. Gagne, another good fake. Gagne walks around another man in front of the net, and Oak just deflected it wide. Lavoie takes a bump from Penny. And Racine, he'll just say, let's ice this puck.
He's tapping out. The fans don't like it here in Rimouski. They start booing Racine for the icing. But Kevin Gagne was a solid pickup. I mean, MasterCard Memorial Cup winner in Mississauga in 2011 with the St. John Sea Dogs. Went to the Cup again last year, and a huge acquisition at the trade deadline. He instantly comes in as the top leading scorer for defensemen in the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League, and here's part of the reason why. Good poise, good control of the puck, the ability to get shots through.
Moncton couldn't get a change because of the icing, but that whistle helped them. They got the puck out, and now they'll do a wholesale change. Ryan McKinnon, pass ahead to Loiseau. In his skates. Connor Garland. Stick handles through center. Hooked off his stick by Lucas Grundy. Grundy slides it ahead for Francis Beauvillier, and it bounced on him.
Grundy fired up for this match. He's got people back home in Alberta having a look.
Oh boy, that was dangerous with Garland speeding in. He was upended, and Plante was able to fire the puck out.
He went between his legs in it.
Garland along the boards. He blocked it, got it in front of the pad. That couldn't. Plante walks around one man. There's big Frederick Gauthier. Connor Garland almost upended him. Just past his waist. There's a size difference there on those two. Simone Fortier poked away from him. James Melindy. Head to Veilleux. That's broken up, and Jacob Sweeney will spin in his own zone.
Not a lot of time out there, RJ. Not a lot of space. Both these teams hounding the puck really well right now.
Moncton being forced back into their own zone on the forecheck from Simone Fortier. Sweeney to Melindy. Off the boards, Alain Saulnier pokes it to center. Alex Saulnier can't quite get to it, but brother Allen was there to fire it in. Kostelik hard around the boards. Fortier, good pickup. He's got Bryukhin heading to the front of the net. Vladimir Bryukhin, number 11, the Russian import. When you hear Russian import, you would expect some high point totals. He only has 2 goals and 6 points this season for Rimouski.
One of those players who's had a little more trouble adjusting as an import than some others. I mean, look across the ice. Barbashev, his line mate at the Ivan Holinka tournament in 2012, having a great year.
Braden Wood had to be careful there. Nikolai Hubert in on the forecheck this time. Not a lot of time for their defensemen in their own zone. Ivan Barbashev speeds in over the Rimouski line. Barbashev goes wide. McKinnon angles him off and knocks him down. Gagne. He's forechecked by Dano. Got the pass ahead though. Hubert takes a bump. DeLuca takes a bump, and here comes Jaskin leading the rush for the Wildcats. Jaskin loading it up. Doesn't shoot. Tried to tuck it short side in front of the net. Dano had it poked away from him.
And it's heel, man. He is one tough customer to handle.
He's behind the net with a puck. Jaskin comes in front. Moves it back to the line. Racine's pass. Trying the return feed. That was sniffed out by Gagne, and he cleared the zone. Barbashev. Fancy move at center. To Dano. And stay onside. The Dano, Barbashev, Jaskin line have been dominant, and they account for the one Wildcat goal tonight.
Tired of faded bumpers, foggy headlights, weather today. Tonight on NHL Network. The NHL Network is going coast to coast with a full slate of live NHL action.
He went coast to coast.
We've got 4 games, bringing you the most chock-full day of hockey possible. It's a full day of hockey. Today, starting at 12 Eastern on NHL Network.
Puck shot towards it. Solani, 100 point. The 2013 World Baseball Classic can be seen here on Sportsnet. Game 1 is tonight at 11:30 Eastern as Australia takes on Chinese Taipei. You can watch that on Sportsnet Ontario and East. The World Baseball Classic here on Sportsnet.
Looking forward to that, the World Baseball Classic. It's been a good one here on Friday Night Hockey. 3:47 to go in the first period. Rimouski opened the scoring thanks to Kevin Gagne. Moncton answered right back. Dimitri Yaskin. Who else scored for the Wildcats? Jonathan Racine elects just to keep it deep. Alain Saulnier. Saulnier twins have been point producers their whole career with the Moncton Wildcats. Always dangerous when they're out there. Peter Traynor. What a season for him, trying to stick handle his way around Narbonne, and Narbonne tied him up long enough for Rimouski to go offside. Not much time left in the first period. Here's what's coming up in the intermission. Jeff.
Yeah, thanks so much, RJ. Coming up in the first intermission, Nick, Damien break down the first period. A closer look at Dimitri Yaskin. Also, Damien has a special look at draft-eligible Frederic Gauthier. RJ?
Yeah, Frederic Gauthier is a big story in the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League this season. We saw him in the CHL, NHL, home hardware, top prospects game, and he's big centerman. Serge Beausoleil said he'd like to see him up against Dimitri Yaskin a little bit tonight.
And that hasn't worked out early on. So what does he do? He goes up against the third line now. So if you're having issues defending, then what do you try and do? You try and exploit the offensive side here. So I like this matchup here, what Serge Beausoleil has done. Gauthier simply couldn't handle Yaskin in the first three times around.
And that's a common story in the Q this year. Not many teams or players have been able to handle it.
He's a menace. He's a man amongst boys.
Can't get it past Penny along the boards. Garland digs a puck loose, but there's Gauthier to steal it. Took a bad hop off the boards, came in front of the net. And Rimouski dodges a bullet there. Alex Loiza trying to use his speed to get around Imon. The big defenseman knocks him off the puck. Penny slides it ahead to Christophe Lalonde. Lalonde trying to go wide on Grundy. Lalonde loses an edge as Grundy pushes him down. Stayed with Lalonde though. Now Gagne trying not to get a holding penalty, gets away with it, and Rimouski gets possession. Francis Beauvillier, he's property of the Florida Panthers, speeding in. That took a deflection as it went in on DeBoer. Beauvillier, front of the net, knocked down by Wood, and now Dimitri Yaskin. Just over 2 minutes to go in the first. He's over the line. Pumped by Grundy, keeps going. Yaskin walks right in. DeRoche made the save.
Good stop by DeRoche. I mean, you watch Yaskin play and you're saying, wait a sec, why isn't this guy in the National Hockey League?
He will be. Kostelik, shot that's blocked by Yaskin. Probably not something Danny Flynn wants to see him do very often.
You look at skating ability to protect the puck, plays a physical game, has good size. Here he just comes down the wing, walks through the Grundy check and cuts it to the front of the net. Good save by DeRoche. And Grundy is a tough physical player by his own right. Just a little late on the draw getting to Yaskin.
Jonathan Narbonne, leading defenseman scorer for Moncton, just moved it to an open side. That forces Kostelik to get on his horse and get to that loose puck. Oakes pass to Traynor. Peter Traynor hasn't had a lot of room. The Wildcats have been all over him. Couldn't get that return feed. Traynor's pass to Gagne. His shot trickles through and just trickles wide.
Looks like an easy thing, RJ, but it's not. That ability for a defenseman to get shots through, that's why Gagne's had so much success in his career. I mean, he prepares like a pro, but he's got real good stick skills and has that innate defenseman's ability to get the shot through.
Alexander Lavoie can't get a shot. Gets knocked down by Melindi. Crowd at the Colisée de Rimouski. Wanted a penalty, not going to get one. Puck in front of the net. Penny picks up a loose disc, gets it over to Lalonde, rolling puck, and that's sliced wide. Lavoie takes a bump from Lalonde, can't get it out. Imon puts it on goal. And a roughing penalty and a slashing penalty coming up. So it looks like both Lalonde and Lavoie will be heading off.
Yeah, and it's interesting. I don't think the first penalty was going to be called, and that would have been the Lalonde roughing call, but immediately when it looked to be a little more violent than first anticipated by the officials, and then the whack of the pants by Lavoie thereafter, and both will go. It wasn't that long ago that these two teams met for the first time back on February 11th, and during that game, Ryan McKinnon took a hit from Dimitri Asket. The guys talked about it off the top of the broadcast, so maybe some of that bad blood still hanging around from that 2-0 Rimouski win.
Final 38 on 4. That's just right up Francis Beauvillier's alley with his speed. Takes the puck into the corner with James Melindy. Melindy maintains possession. Slides it ahead to Yaskin. Now Phil Deneau. Dumps it in deep. Yaskin goes into the corner against Kevin Gagne. Gagne able to knock Yaskin down this time. Deneau, he knocks Gagne down. Physical play down low. Who comes out with it but Yaskin? Back to him all. That's blocked aside by DeRosier. Deneau's on the rebound. 5 seconds to go. Deneau needs to shoot. Melindy now lofts it on. It was going wide, made the glove save. And a pretty entertaining first period.
That sure was, and you can see pretty easily why these are two of the top 5 teams in the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League.
Rimouski opened the scoring. Moncton tied it up. Dimitri Yaskin scored again.
Tired of faded bumpers, foggy...
Well, Yaskin's out there to start things off for the Moncton Wildcats. We are playing 4-on-4 for the next minute and 18 seconds. Yaskin's number 26 for the Wildcats. Gets it to Jonathan Racine. Moncton's done this a few times where they're content to back up into their own zone, maintain possession, and wait for the breakout to develop.
4-on-4, Rimouski still pretty aggressive on the forecheck.
Deneau has Racine joining the rush. Drops it off for Deneau, heading to the front of the net. Yaskin, the puck not there, and just missed the net.
I'll give Holt credit. He followed Yaskin all the way back. You got to take away the stick there, and he did a good enough job of that.
Yaskin doesn't find a lane there. Goes to the far side. Still holding on to it. Yaskin still keeping possession. Now he gives it away to Holt. Gets in his skates, but Yaskin gets it back. Deneau lofts it on goal, and that's kicked aside by DeRosier.
Smart play by Deneau. He goes to the far pad because he knows Yaskin's going to the net. Trying to get that rebound onto Yaskin's stick. Another dominant shift.
20 seconds to go. 4-on-4. Good news for Rimouski is Yaskin's off the ice, but the Saulniers are out there. Danica Long going to the front of the net. The defenseman couldn't get a shot away. Alex Saulnier wraps it around. Gets it to twin brother Alain. Now Alex behind the net, right back in front of Alain. Oh, he just shot it high. Those two twins, they're like the Sedins. They sense where the other one is. Francis Beauvillier speeding the other way. Iman staying right with him. Yannick Veilleux saw a hit coming from Gauthier. Moves away from that. Makes a move in front of his net. Tries to pick up speed again. Veilleux, low shot. DeRosier kicked that right pad out. Narbonne, another low shot. No problem for DeRosier. In fact, he's able to redirect that one out of play.
Well, after a great shift with the Yaskin duo up front and alongside Deneau, the Saulniers come out, and they do a good job here. You see, it's dumped in by Alain. Alex gets it out to Alain, and a good shot on goal. Just missed it high. I mean, he was looking top corner all the way. Just missed the goal. I mean, just missed it.
Penalty coming up here to Moncton. Anthony DeLuca tries the fancy between the legs move, put it right on goal. Dubois made the save. The Wildcats are going to be shorthanded.
Well, Dubois having to stand strong there in between the pipes for the Moncton Wildcats. The smaller goalie who does a good job on the lower end of the ice. You can see clearly coming in off the draw that allowed that rush to happen was the penalty taken by Moncton. A spinorama by DeLuca forces Dubois to go down, but Penny goes to the box here for the Moncton Wildcats.
It's the first power play of the game. Both these teams are in the top 10 in special teams. Rimouski with a 9th-ranked power play. Moncton the 10th-ranked penalty kill. Pretty evenly matched. Francis Beauvillier, the forward, behind his own goal. Beauvillier, prospect of the Florida Panthers. Pass ahead to Oak. Has it go under his stick. Trainer will race after it. Another Panthers prospect's on it now, and that's Racine. Slides it ahead to Saulnier. Alain Saulnier has brother Alex with him. Will they try an offensive short-handed chance? Lofted on goal. DeRosier knocked it down. Alex couldn't get to that rebound. Scott Oak, one of the few 19-year-olds in this Rimouski lineup, takes it to the corner. Lavoie moves it back to Kevin Gagne. Now Beauvillier. Gagne. Right back to Beauvillier. Low pass that gets by everybody all the way back to Peter Traynor. Oak behind the net. Chops it to the point. Gagne will come chase after it. Look for Beauvillier in the corner. That's intercepted, and it goes off Gagne into the Moncton bench. That might have hurt his hand a little bit.
Yeah, it's a pretty tough shot to be blocking with that open hand. But when you look at Gagne, since his arrival, the Rimouski power play has gone up 2.5%. And because you need that good quarterback back there who makes good decisions and has the ability to get the shot through, that's an important stat. And you say 2%, well, it's really not that much. When you look up and down the power play standings, that's a big difference.
Alain Saulnier content to kill a few of these power play seconds off the clock. Moncton sends it down to Rossier. Leaves it behind his net for Jan Kostelek, the Czech import. Kevin Gagne is going to play this whole power play. Gagne brings it in over the line, but Gauthier couldn't hang on.
Look at Gagne. It's that experience. And Rimouski is a team last year that went to the league final, lost to Gagne in the St. John Sea Dogs. But in order to make that next step, to get over the hump, the acquisition of a player like Gagne is definitely helpful in that regard, having been there, done that 2 years in a row with the Sea Dogs.
Big face-off win there by Philippe Deneau. He's one of the best in the league. That allowed the Wildcats to force Rimouski behind their own goal to start on this rush. Kostelek, the open side. Gauthier in front of the net. Imon got in front of him, didn't let him get to the net. Christophe Lalonde to Deneau. Deneau knocked down by Kostelek, still has the puck, able to get to his feet, dump it in, and that's it for the penalty to Ryan Penny. Wildcats are back to full strength. Penny jumps right into the play. Kostelek snaps a high one in, lets Alex Loiseau chase after it. Loiseau takes a look, saw his teammates were all in a change. Couldn't rag the puck in the corner long enough to get some help. Yaskin drops it off for Barbashev. Barbashev in front of the net. Penny was there. The pass never got to him. Traynor slides the puck ahead to Oak. Racine knocked it away. Narbonne brought it back in. Moncton in control. They get to the line. Yaskin gets tied up with a linesman. And it goes offside.
The Moncton Wildcats really taking advantage of their two European picks, and you look at both Barbashev and Yaskin, what they've been able to do over the course of this season, both taken in that first round. What a difference you can make with your European players, with your two import picks. I mean, Rimouski did the same. They remade their import picks. Picked up Russian and Briouth, Tim, and also Kostelek on defense when they had Straka and Sulek, who had been here for 3 years previous.
There's Peter Traynor. Tried to get a shot away, but again, his time and space short-lived with the puck.
A little bit of that bad blood carrying over. And we talked about Traynor, what an interesting story he has become. With the St. John Sea Dogs going back to their camp 3 years ago, but they were so talented and so deep that they didn't have room for him. And so Rimouski was able to pick him up as a free agent. Played in a couple of games for him that year. Had a really good year last year. And this year, I mean, he's just on fire. He's broken out to the tune of 42 goals. Second in the league in scoring going into tonight's game. It's been a fantastic rise to prominence.
93 points. In all likelihood, he's going to double up his point total from a year ago. It's pretty impressive. Anthony DeLuca, rookie for Rimouski. In fact, there's 9 rookies in Rimouski's lineup. There would be 11, but 2 of them are hurt.
To think that you had a team that went to the league final, had all that turnover, and still have the ability to be the second best team in the league this year. That's amazing. That's a great job in drafting and developing.
One of those rookies, Frederic Gauthier, he's not easy to knock down. Jacob Sweeney knocked him down, but Rimouski still in possession. Deflected in front by Gauthier. DeBeau was right there. Frederic Gauthier sends it down low to DeLuca. DeLuca spins, fires. DeBeau got a piece of that one. Beauvillier, pass back to McKinnon. Tries to pass off the backboards. It came in front, and DeBeau was down, found it in the blue paint, and put the glove on it.
DeLuca's got a real good nose for the net. Played on Team Quebec's under-17 team. He had 3 goals in that tournament, but here he is sniffing around again. We saw him in a wraparound in the first period. Gauthier chases it down. It goes back to the point. And look at DeLuca. DeLuca's just a menace in front of the net. By being there, he takes the the attention of Dubois away. And for that split second, Dubois couldn't find that puck. Did a good job by DeLuca to create traffic in front.
Rainer's right back out there for Rimouski. Serge Beausoleil, the head coach of the Océanic, maybe trying to get the number 2 leading scorer in the league going. Dimitri Yaskin. His shot goes off his stick and well up and out of play. Yaskin scored in the first. It's 1-1, no scoring yet here in the second on Friday Night Hockey.
A young Marian Hossa, I mean, that's pretty high praise. And at this point, I can't really argue. Maybe a little more physical than Hossa.
Pretty good comparison. Actually, he changed his sticks during that commercial break. Guess the other one was all out of goals. He's had 43 of them this year. Then all on the boards, up against 3 Océanic. Yaskin was waiting in the corner. That's how much confidence he has in Deneau winning that puck back.
Not touched much on Deneau, but a first-round pick of the Chicago Blackhawks. And a guy who's great in the face-off circle, defensively responsible, still has a really good ability to distribute the puck. And the chemistry was almost instant between he and Yaskin. When we were in Moncton a month ago to do the game, those were the last 2 guys off the ice, and they were just working on little passes, supporting the puck, and having fun with one another. And it's nice to see that when a guy is acquired, such as Deneau, that he is immediately welcome to the lineup.
Oh, Yaskin causing havoc again. That harmlessly trickled to DeRosier, but he was in there trying to pick a pocket.
Since being acquired by the Moncton Wildcats, it's been a pretty good ride for Deneau. Plus 19, 18 games, 30 points. And a 14-4 record, more importantly, for the Wildcats with him in.
Deneau riding a 5-game point streak. He has 12 points over that span. One of the best lines in the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League, and they're still out there. This is a long shift. Barbashev bumps McKinnon behind the net. Yaskin gets the puck. Now it's Deneau. All 3 of them right by the goal line. A spin move by Yaskin. Villiers takes it from him and moves it ahead to Gauthier. Gautier's pass to DeLuca out of his reach. The bull wraps it around. Barbashev waits for it. Moves it to Deneau. Yaskin trying to catch up. Deneau gets erased on the play by Leclerc. Puck in front of the net. Barbashev spins. That's blocked in front of the net. It's loose. Yaskin dives for it. And Scott Oak takes over for Rimouski. Even dog-tired, this line creates chances. Oak gets bumped by Imon. Yaskin's still out there. The puck did hit the netting above the glass, so there is a whistle. This will allow the Wildcats to change this big line.
Tony Ambrosio talking to Danny Flynn about what he thought of his team's road game. Well, not bad here on the forecheck. Getting it down low, getting pucks deep, making their defense play in their own zone, and it works pretty good because a little later on, a good opportunity, or a little earlier, actually, a good opportunity that arose from the hard work of that line of Deneau, Yaskin, and Barbashev.
Shot off the draw by Grundy, scores! Lucas Grundy let the shot go from the point, and the Calgary native has put the Océanic ahead.
Lucas Grundy likes playing against the Moncton Wildcats. I mean, it's just his 2nd goal of the year. Both of them have come against Moncton. The last one was a game winner on February 11th. And here, this shot with the puck coming end to end, it takes a dive, and Dubois gets a piece of it, but not enough of it. And you can see the knuckleball-like effect that puck had on its way to the net. Former Olds Grizzlies penalty minute leader is on the board here for Rimouski.
What did he have last year in Olds? 351 penalty minutes?
Yeah, and 245 the year before.
A light year. Well, DeRosier's down. There's a penalty coming up behind the play.
There's going to be a couple of them here, I think. All the refs got their hands up. They're trying to figure out who's going where and when. You know, the guys off the top of the broadcast talked about the acquisition of Robin Goose, but DeRosier is the undisputed #1 goaltender here for Rimouski, and he had been hurt, missed some time with a lower body injury. And when he goes into the goal, you can see why he gets ticked off. He doesn't want to miss any more time. 2 whacks in the back of Alex Saulnier. Saulnier pushed into DeRosier by Kostelik, and look at those whacks. I mean, that is hacking. DeRocher not happy at all. Serge Beausoleil saying, hey, wait a sec. Just because he pushed into the goalie, it doesn't give him free license to finish off the check. And getting back to DeRocher, yeah, Goose has had a really good run here, and he helped hold the fort while DeRocher was out of the lineup. But one of the top-ranked goaltenders by National Hockey League Central Scouting, back healthy and the undisputed #1 goaltender for Rimouski.
Well, he was very good in the CHL, NHL. Mark, our top prospects game. He'll have to be very good here. Moncton gets the power play, walking right in front. Jaskin. Shot from Alain Saulnier was blocked. This is Alain Saulnier. Moves it to Deneau. 5 forwards out there for Moncton. This is not a new formation. Danny Flynn does this on the power play. Deneau to Jaskin. Quick shot. Blocked by McKinnon. Saulnier back to Deneau. Alain Saulnier. To Alex Saulnier. Saulnier's play catch in the corner. This is Alex. As Gagne close on him right away. Yannick Veilleux. Behind the net to Saulnier. Now it's Dimitri Jaskin. Deneau. His shot is stick shattered in his hands. He'll go to the bench, get another one. Moncton maintains possession. Veilleux tried to cut in front of the net. McKinnon's able to clear.
They love it here in Rimouski, and this is no easy power play to stop.
Deneau skates it in himself. Philip Deneau. It's erased by Kostelik behind the net. Now Jaskin. Dimitri Jaskin. Back to Deneau. The crowd hasn't stopped booing. They don't like it. There was a penalty called against their goaltender, Philippe DeRocher. Deneau finds Jaskin down to 35 seconds to go in the man advantage. Deneau doesn't shoot. Gives it to Alain Saulnier. Saulnier walking in, drops it off. Sharp angle shot from Narbonne. That was stopped. Chance for Jaskin. That one goes up high. Alex Saulnier to Alain Saulnier. 15 seconds to go in the power play. The Saulniers back and forth. Alain to Deneau. Scores! Deneau took the shot. There was traffic in front. Moncton ties it on the power play.
Well, there's the reason the Moncton Wildcats have the top power play in the Canadian Hockey League. Coming into tonight's game, 29%. And there was a couple of good looks early on, but Rimouski did a really good job getting in lanes, blocking shots. But on this occasion, with traffic in front of the net, Narbonne is parked there. The weak shot, end over end by Philippe Deneau, might have been touched on the way in by Narbonne. At any rate, it gets past DeRocher, and we're tied at 2.
Well, that makes sense. The only defenseman on the ice is screening the goal
in front of the net.
Narbonne, one of the leading defenseman scorers in the league, despite missing some time, tied for 5th. Well, the stalemate continues on Friday Night Hockey. Ryan Penny, he had a hat trick in his last game. Gets it to Lalonde. His shot doesn't get through. Mark Lemay. Ryan Penny is a pretty good third line for Moncton. It's been very productive for Danny Flynn's team. Peter Traynor has Scott Oak up there with him. Just dumps it in. Heads to the front of the net. Oh, it was into the corner against Dimon. Lalonde makes a move on Lavoie and then gets it to Tremaine. Tremaine lofts it in, and the forward turned defenseman in this depleted defensive core for Rimouski. Plante able to move the puck ahead to McKinnon.
Good move by Plante. I like that. Forward playing defense, good escapability. Starts to break it.
Rozier, ooh boy, he didn't get the glove on that much before Lucas Pat, the 16-year-old, came streaking in. That little slash doesn't make Rimouski very happy. Well, the back and forth scoring continues. We're tied at 2 on Friday Night Hockey. They're standing in Calgary. A lot of these players leaving home. It's been a good adjustment, though, for Frederic Gauthier for the Rimouski Oceanic. Had a good season. Pretty well, I'd say. Wood shot from the point. DeRocher got in front of it. Desmond Boutet knocks Veilleux down. Jacob Sweeney slides it over to Braden Wood. Wood content to send it in deep. Veilleux, Saulnier tried to throw it in front. Veilleux has it in the corner. Bayou slides it to Alex Saulnier. Wayne Saulnier swoops in and gets the puck. Cross-ice pass. Good one, too. Knocked down by Wood. Bayou behind the net. In front to Alex Saulnier, and he just missed. Boutet comes the other way for Rimouski. Snaps it right on, and Alex Dubois took it right in the logo and hangs on.
Alain and Alex Saulnier playing here in their third year in the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League. And yes, while they are twins, so too are their numbers. The games played pretty similar there, and the point totals, goal totals, it's unbelievable, really. Fourth and fifth all-time in franchise scoring. Grew up together playing with the Moncton Flyers, and then both drafted and playing with the Moncton Wildcats and doing a great job.
Well, we've seen some of their twin creativity in this game.
East Coast to the east.
That took a funny hop off a stanchion. Gauthier touched it in front of his net. They're saying that was hit with a high stick, so a face-off will be deep in the Oceanic zone.
We talked a lot about Gauthier tonight, and the interesting story behind him, yes, he had the opportunity to go to Harvard, but here's a guy who last year played midget AAA. So this is his first year in the league as a 17-year-old. Normally players that high end get to play at 16. By 17, they're well established. It's only taken him less than a year to establish himself in this league.
Connor Garland behind the net. Lost his helmet. And there will be a penalty coming up. The hit on Garland behind the net. Beauvillier is talking with the referee.
Kostlik, who goes to the box. And Garland, who started the season playing in Muskegon in the USHL. He had committed to go to Penn State with a new hockey program there. But you can see him bumped by Kostlik, and that's a tough situation because you have a smaller player and no intent to lift up at all with the elbow. It looks like Gauthier is going, and it probably should have been Kostlik.
Yeah, I would agree. That should have been Kostelik's penalty. Now Gauthier's leaving, and Kostelik's coming off the bench.
So Gauthier's the centerman, and as the play goes behind, it's clearly number 3, Kostelik.
Well, they got it straightened out here.
It took a little while. You don't, if you're Serge Beausoleil, you don't want either of those guys off the ice, but if you had the choice, it would probably be Kostelik.
Well, they are so short on defense. This is the number 1 power play in the queue. Already have struck once in this game. 1 for 1 on the power play. Deneau and Jaskin. Little catch back there. Deneau shot blocked by Gauthier. Good thing he wasn't in the penalty box. Able to send it down. Saulnier's quick pass. Dumped in. Rocher leaves it behind the net. McKinnon wraps it around. Those good hands of Jaskin knocked that one down. Alex Saulnier, the captain of the Wildcats. Slides it over to Deneau. Doesn't shoot it. Gives it to Alain Saulnier. Deneau does shoot this time, and that's blocked by Gauthier.
That one's stinging, but Gauthier, good job out there fronting the shot. 2 blocked shots on this kill already.
Jaskin down to Alex Saulnier. Saulnier decides to pass it to Deneau. Shot, side of the net. DeRocher trying to get in position, sprawling along the goal lines. McKinnon. It doesn't go in, but possession still maintained by Moncton. Saulnier, Deneau, and that's clubbed by DeRocher.
DeRocher getting some good help. A couple of block shots by Gauthier in the early portion of the power play, and once the puck goes down low, it's McKinnon who helps out. Deneau shot, able to get through. McKinnon wearing number 46 in blue. And then it's knocked away thereafter. And I think it might have been Gauthier who knocked this puck away. And indeed it was. It comes back to help support on the defensive side. And a good job by Gauthier. They're going to have a look at this thing to see if it crossed the line.
They will take a look at it. The video goal judge speaking with the referee. Hopefully we can have a listen in here.
No goal. C'est bon?
Yeah.
Pas de but?
Pas de but.
Merci.
Okay, bye.
Well, I think we caught the part we needed to hear. No goal. We had a pretty good look at it.
It's always nice to have that interplay, though. You don't get anywhere else in hockey broadcasts across North America. We have the privilege of being able to be right in on the conversation between the on and the off-ice officials. And with McKinnon going down and Gauthier knocking it away, clear to see in the replay that the call on the ice was indeed the right call.
Well, the bad news for Rimouski is this 5-forward power play group is rested after that review. They'll stay out there for the final 40 seconds. Gano's shot. That's blocked in front of the net. Rimouski trying to find that loose puck. Bayou reaches for it. Yaskin comes up with it. Gauthier with that big reach. Knocks it down. Takes it outside the zone. And a big collision between Gauthier and Yaskin.
Tough shift for Gauthier, but he does a great job. And yet another block shot. He goes to the ice twice, going up against Yaskin. And when you talk about young players rising to the challenge, he really struggled in that department in the first period. But here, in period number 2, he's been able to bounce back. And an awesome job in the kill by this young man, ranked 7th overall by National Hockey League Central Scouting.
30 seconds to go in the Moncton power play. The top unit is off the ice. 2-2 game on Friday Night Hockey. Christophe Lalonde. Second unit, he's got 26 goals on the season. Back to the 5th leading defenseman scorer. Pretty good second unit. Connor Garland. He's coming off a hat trick in his last game. Good to see he's back out there after taking that hit. Side of the net, Barbashev a couple of cracks on at it. He's the second leading rookie scorer. Another chance for Garland. Narbonne, here's the stick of his goalie Dubois, letting him know the penalty's almost over. Rimouski's back to full strength. Garland behind the net. Garland spins off the back of the net. The puck's still back there, and McKinnon knocks Garland down. Barbashev comes up with a puck front. Loiseau poked it away from him. Lalonde in front. Garland puts it right on. A nifty deflection. And DeRosier makes the save. McKinnon a hit on Garland behind the net. Same spot where he was hurt before. Well, Rimouski able to kill off a penalty, but tons of chances for Moncton. DeRosier coming up big.
There's a skin tag here, a skin tag there.
Thanks to Rob Fault for bringing back the post box. The CHL has teamed up with Cereal, the post cereal people, for commemorative and collectible cereal boxes. These boxes feature 4 CHL playing cards on the back. This one has the goalies, including Halifax's Zachary Furcali. When you're on Facebook, make sure you log on to the Shreddies Facebook page. You could win a trip to the MasterCard Memorial Cup.
A lot of good goalies in the league. Philippe DeRosier has been the busier goalie in this game. Moncton has outshot the Océanic 22-12. But we're tied at 2.
Puck possession, and it helps so much when you have Alex Saulnier up at about 58% of the faceoffs. Philippe Deneau about the same thing. So you're starting with the puck more than half the time if you know.
Lavoie gets a shot through. Somehow sneaked that past Racine. It got to Dubois, and he had no trouble handling it.
Lavoie, great addition from Cape Breton. And you look at Alex Dubois, who played and started the MasterCard Memorial Cup with Shawinigan last year. That first game resulted in a loss. He didn't see the nets the rest of the way. And you knew he was going to come into this year with a chip on his shoulder, and he has played well for him.
Lavoie knocks a pass down. Oaken Racine heading to the corner. Peter Traynor. Back to McKinnon. That shot's off a stick. Narbonne wraps it around to Alain Saulnier. Ahead to Yannick Bayou. Bayou dribbles it on goal, and then it was scooped up by DeRosier.
Yannick Bayou, another one of those former Shawinigan Cataracts who was traded over to the Moncton Wildcats, and a guy that St. Louis really wants to see play that north and south type of game. He's got good speed, he shoots the puck a ton, but they feel like with his good size that he can have the ability to be good on the forecheck as well. And you look at some of the former Shawinigan Cataracts, and the impact they've had on this Moncton team this year has been unreal, and nice to have that winning experience with you as well.
Jacob Sweeney. Back to Braden Wood. Wood's got some time in front of his own goal. Pass bounced on Alain Saulnier. Mathieu Leclerc dumps it right back in. Bourbeau to Wood. Boyukman was there in a hurry. Pass gets to the line. Gets past Gagne. Hustles back. Comes up with a loose puck. Ostler at center. Got it to Loiseau. Boyukman makes a move in the corner. Gets a bump by Sweeney. That stops his progress. Boyukman, now Kevin Gagne. Gagne, the defenseman leading scorer in the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League, got a low shot away. Chris Lalonde, he's by himself against the Océanic. Quick race to the puck. Kevin Gagne plays it like the veteran he is. 20-year-old makes the play, and Rimouski's outside their own zone. Frederick Gauthier some skating room. Gauthier's pass goes all the way through the slot. Nobody there for Rimouski. Anthony DeLuca, he's up against two Wildcats. Now gets a little help in the corner from Beauvillier. DeLuca can't get the pass away. Malindi trying to tie him up behind the net. DeLuca doing a good job on the bigger Malindi. Beauvillier trying to find some space in front. He's battling with him all. Gauthier, there's that reach. Couldn't be kept in by McKinnon. Tremaine, a break down the left wing side. Tremaine wants it and scores! Mark Tremaine walks in and puts Moncton ahead late in the second.
Tough break for McKinnon. As Gauthier gets this puck back to him, Tremaine is in perfect line to block the shot. He wears number 7 left side. As the puck goes back, there he is. There's nowhere for McKinnon to go with that puck. And as it bounds off his stick and off his shin pad, he's able to take it in alone and takes a nice angle to the net. The perfect angle to avoid everyone on the back check. Able to go to the backhand and have it just kind of flip up and roll over a stick before tucking it inside the post.
3 minutes to go in the second period. That's a big goal for Moncton. First lead of the game for the Wildcats. They come back with the Yaskin-Deneau Barbashev line. Peter Traynor goes into the offensive zone. Racine, big physical defenseman, plays a check on Traynor. Barbashev to Yaskin. Dimitri Yaskin. Back to Deneau. Deneau shot stopped. The rebound was there, but it bounced over the stick of Barbashev. Lavoie the other way. Deneau caught up to him, forced him to dump it in. Dubon gets the puck to Philip Deneau. Now Barbashev, he's looking for one guy. Far ice to Yaskin. McKinnon. Pretty good play on Dimitri Yaskin to come up with the puck. Takes a bump from Yaskin. Able to get the puck deep. Danik Guimont. Into Veilleux. Ryan McKinnon. Kevin Gagne. A depleted Rimouski defense corps. 3 of their regulars injured. So a lot of ice time for McKinnon, Gagne, and Kostelek. Second intermission is coming up. Let's go to the studio to find out what they've got. Jeff. Well,
RJ, as we all know, the Halifax Mooseheads are the class of the Quebec League, but who has the best chance of knocking them off for the President Cup? Is it Rimouski? Is it Moncton? Could it be Blainville? Could it be Baie-Comeau? Stay tuned. Find out what Nick and Damien think. RJ.
Well, we're seeing 2 of the top teams in the queue right here tonight, Rimouski and Moncton. Beauvillier just dumped that one in. Gauthier along the boards. He's checked by Alain Saulnier. Puck comes out to center. Eric Veilleux. Pass to Saulnier. That was too high. Gagne chopped it out to the neutral zone. James Malindi takes over. Gets it to Imon. These 2 are a pretty good tandem back there for Moncton. Don't get a lot of praise, Imon and Malindi, but they are rock solid.
And Imon is tougher than Rawhide. We saw him in a scrap against Halifax earlier this year, and boy, oh boy, I didn't know he could throw him like that.
Gauthier gets the pass to Beauvillier. The hit from Racine. A couple of Florida Panther prospects. Racine was able to knock Beauvillier off the puck.
Those 2 have seen each other once before. We talked about another former Shawinigan Cataract playing here at the Moncton Wildcats. Racine being one of those guys selected in the 3rd round of the 2011 draft. Didn't have a point in last year's MasterCard Memorial Cup, and here he steps up on Beauvillier, but Beauvillier is a tough customer, well built by his own right, and was able to initiate the check back towards receiver.
In the last minute of the second period, Ryan McKinnon moves the puck back to front, gets the return feed. McKinnon will start the rush. Peter Traynor waits for it along the boards. Narbonne on him immediately. Tries to put it in deep. Narbonne and Traynor go to the corner. LeBlanc. He's checked by Deneau. Deneau so good defensively. Takes LeBlanc out along the boards. Narbonne wraps it around. Lalonde a chance to clear. Oak got there in a hurry. Took the puck from him. Wildcats just lift it up high, get it outside the zone, down to 15 seconds to go in the period. Peter Traynor. There's one move around Deneau. And right away, Racine had no interest in playing the puck. He was going after the second leading scorer in the queue to make sure to play the body.
Traynor looking for the call, won't get it.
And there's the buzzer. Moncton has the lead through 2 periods thanks to a late goal from Mark Tremaine.
Well, Danny Flynn was looking for a good road effort, and it's gone that way so far for the Wildcats, but lots of hockey left to play.
Ken Nick back.
51-85.
Moncton leading 3-2. They've won 4 straight games. Rimouski with a bunch of injuries. Winless in their last 2. Right off the faceoff. Rimouski gives it away at center. Alex Saulnier sends it in. Alain Saulnier had to get back on side. Kevin Gagne slides it ahead to Leclerc. Beauvillier waiting for that pass. Broken up by Alain Saulnier, and 3 Wildcats are back. Jonathan Racine, lots of time. Over to Narbonne. Alex Saulnier to Alain Saulnier. Bouncing puck. He couldn't get as much composite on it as he wanted to. Lavoie slides a pass to the speeding Francis Beauvillier. Beauvillier coming in with that speed and a heavy shot. Dubois stopped it and gathered up the rebound.
He can really electrify once he gets those feet moving. Beauvillier, so highly thought of as a prospect going into last year's draft, but because of injury, he slipped to the 6th round for the Florida Panthers. And then right away with a good chance using that wide speed. That's what Serge Beausoleil and the Rimouski Océanic coach want to see out of Beauvillier, is using that wide speed in that heavy shot.
And they want shots on goal, too. They haven't had many through 2, so pretty obvious that was one of the messages between periods. McKinnon. Scott Oak waiting for that puck. It finally catches up to him. Oak dumps it in. Jaskin had that bounce over his stick. Costelli able to get the puck to the corner. Jaskin's barreling in there. Now Jaskin has it. Pass back to Malindi. Picked up by Anthony DeLuca. Oak has some speed. Danik Rimon didn't let him get wide. Pretty good move right by his own net. Rimon was heading off on a change, so that pass didn't connect, and Kevin Gagne, he keeps on wheeling. He'll join the rush, and they're just offside as that was stopped by Dubois. Well, Friday night hockey continues. Next week, we will be in Sarnia to see the Sting host the London Knights. Charles Sereau continues his hot hand up to 100 points now. That'll be 7 o'clock Eastern Time, 4 o'clock Pacific on Sportsnet Pacific, Ontario, and East. And, of course, London, the defending OHL champions, one of the favorites in the OHL. A good time to see them and see how they're peaking for a playoff push.
Reed Boucher as well. The assault on Steven Stamkos' franchise record, 58 goals. Haven't checked to see if he has one tonight, but 57 going into play tonight.
Mark Tremaine, number 7 for Moncton. He has the go-ahead goal. Christophe Lalonde moves it back to Sweeney. Just dumps it into the corner. That took a aggressive bounce. Pont is able to move it ahead to Alex Loiseau. Loiseau has now been given credit for the first Rimouski goal. Originally, it was given to Kevin Gagne. Loiseau was in front of the net, and now they have given him credit for it. Loiseau and Lalonde in the corner. Puck comes in front, and Gagne got to it. Oh, did that hit anything? It did not. Kevin Gagne is heading to the penalty box, and the league's #1 power play will have another crack at it.
Loiseau does a good job to free this puck, but once Gagne gets it, he doesn't have a lot of time or space, and you can see him reaching, and because of that reach, doesn't get good leverage on the stick. The backhand high up into the air and out of play, and a delay of game call against the Rimouski defenseman. One of the few mistakes you'll ever see that young man make.
Moncton 1 for 2 on the power play, and they have their 5-forward unit out there. Philip Deneau, he's the man that plays in the middle, plays up high, doesn't shoot. Bayou fans on it. Yaskin, a low shot. DeRocher was way out of his net. Had Yaskin hit the net, it would have been an open cage.
So dangerous every time he touches the puck.
Deneau's pass. Good pickup by Alex Saulnier. Drops it off for Alain Saulnier, and it was picked off by Frederic Gauthier, who's been a terrific penalty killer for Rimouski.
That's one thing that a guy making the move from midget AAA to major junior here in the Q this year. He has the two-way game, a real good handle on a two-way game, and he's very good on the kill as we've seen tonight.
Bayou, half of his goals have come on the power play. He parks himself in front of the net. Alex Saulnier down to Yaskin. Yaskin comes out of the corner, gets it to Deneau. Some space for Deneau. He scores! Philip Deneau! That's 2 for him, both on the power play, and a 2-goal lead for Moncton.
Moncton does such a great job using 5 forwards and using a modified 1-3-1 power play that was brought to the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League some 5 years ago by Guy Boucher, then head coach of the Drummondville Voltigeurs. And you can see as Rimouski starts to collapse on the puck carrier, it goes back to the point, and there is a big lane in front of the net. With traffic there, Deneau's got all that time and space to get that puck through. It did hit something on the way in, but a good, hard, heavy shot. A nice puck movement on the part of the Moncton Wildcats to extend the lead to 2.
That power play has been potent. 2 for 3 in the game, and 5 forwards on the power play seems to be working for Danny Flynn's team. When you've got that depth of forward, that makes them pretty dangerous.
You're talking about a guy like Narbonne, who's a power play specialist, not even being out there. And you look at this power play percentage right up to the second here, 29.2% for Moncton.
Kevin Gagne zipping out of his own zone. Pass to Peter Trainer, and the Océanic just can't seem to get on the same page.
And you can talk about getting 30% of your goals, almost 1/3 of your goals with the extra man. That's a tough thing for the opposition to have to deal with. And Serge Beausoleil and his Rimouski Océanic having trouble figuring it out tonight against Danny Flynn's Moncton Wildcats.
Racine has time to take a look. Beauvillier in on him. Trainer. He bumps with Narbonne. Peter Trainer. He's been quiet so far tonight. He's the second leading scorer in the Q coming into tonight. Jonathan Racine. Drops it off. Shot by Yaskin. That hit a body. Now here's Peter Trainer with some skating room finally. Trainer walks in. That was blocked by Imon. Gagne. Lofts one. That missed the net. Trainer has it along the boards. Trainer. His pass. Bounces back to Gagne. Quick shot. Looking for that deflection or redirection at least from Beauvillier. Deneau knocks him down. Gagne. Doesn't shoot. Passes off to Kostelik. Kostelik's shot. That hits the stick of Imon. Goes out of play.
Well, I really like Imon's game. It's grown by leaps and bounds this year. And a guy who was really back on the depth chart of that Moncton Wildcats defense has stepped up and has played an excellent game here tonight. Gets a stick on that Kostelik shot and sends it out of play to get the whistle. But back out there along with Yaskin, Barbashev. A high-powered group of forwards for the Wildcats.
Holt's pass hits a stick. Alain Saulnier able to send it in. Alex Saulnier enjoying a 2-point night. His pass that hit the skate of Gauthier. Grundy looks for the winger along the boards, Anthony Leduca. His pass ahead to Oak. Oak has Gauthier with him. Couldn't get the pass through to him. Bowles pass to Malindi. forces that one along the boards, not out front. Gauthier spins and fires, that's wide of the net. Oak in the corner, he's bumped by Mo. Oak can't get past them all on a second try. That just stayed in, but won't matter much as Mawindi has all kinds of time to clear, and Alain Saulnier takes his time to dump it in, heads on for a change. Ryan McKinnon off the glass, right back out to center. Jacob Sweeney. Pass to Benny, right back to Wood. Now Sweeney. And Wood, and Moncton's away. Nikolai Ibab gets it as far as the Moncton line. Connor Garland battling in front of the Rimouski bench. Penny gets knocked down. Garland comes up with a puck. Now McKinnon. He'll loft that one right in. No issue there for DeBow. Just blockers it to the corner. Can't get a shot away. Lalonde sends it into the corner. Blount takes a hard hit. Moncton comes up with a puck. Connor Garland swooped in and stole. Close shot. It bounces a couple of times. Never got to the net, though.
Blount took a bump, and forward-playing defenseman looks as if he was shaken up in the play.
Yeah, he's parked himself in front of his own net, and he isn't moving much. Head over on that stick. Benny gets the pass back to Mawindi. Mawindi doesn't have a lane to shoot. Sends it right back in deep. Lalonde trying to cut in front. Got the puck there. Couldn't get it on goal. Garland steals it. Garland a quick move. A shot that goes wide. Mawindi now from the point. Wrist shot, and that's off the end glass. DeRocher trying to put it out of play. He's able to catch it, though, and get that important whistle as Rimouski gets a change. It's a 2-goal lead on Friday Night Hockey for Moncton.
Grapefruit League Baseball returns to Sportsnet tomorrow as the Blue Jays are in action against the Philadelphia Phillies. It's a 1 o'clock start tomorrow on Sportsnet Pacific, West, and Ontario.
Here's our insurance goal of the game, brought to you by your local insurance broker. To score your insurance goal, your best insurance is an insurance broker.
Moncton Wildcats have had to erase 2 one-goal deficits, and now they've widened the gap here with this, the 4th goal on the power play. Danault's shot from the point makes its way through Philippe DeRocher. The Wildcats lead at 4-2.
12:53 to go here in the third period. An uphill climb for an injury-depleted Rimouski team to come back against one of the hottest teams in the queue. The Moncton Wildcats riding a 4-game winning streak. Dimitri Yaskin. He doesn't care if there's a player draped all over him. Able to shield the puck. Comes out of the corner with it. Leaves it down there for Danault. Frederic Gauthier trying to use that long reach on Danault. Tremaine's out there with Danault and Askin on this shift. Yaskin tried to get it to Tremaine. Trainer dove just to get enough of it over to Oak to get the puck out. Maybe an offensive chance for Rimouski. Gauthier steals it behind the net. Gauthier to Trainer, and Racine able to read that play. Danault off the boards. Tremaine picks it up. Poked away from him by Ryan McKinnon. Kevin Gagne. Pass right on the tape of Oak in full stride. Oak has it taken from him, though. Alex Saulnier picked his pocket.
Gagne just dying to jump up on the rush here, knowing his team is down 2 goals. Doing anything he can here to try and get his team back in it. Offense has been a problem of late for the Océanic.
The crowd reacting to a hit on Gagne. Alex Saulnier threw the hit. Ryan McKinnon, Summerside PEI. An important piece for the Océanic. One of their healthy, regular defensemen. Gagne to Beauvillier. DeLuca drops it off the wall. The shot to save. And the rebound gathered up by the Wildcats. Penny sent it back out to center.
That's more of what Rimouski needs to do here. Just get pucks to the net. That's been an issue all night long.
Oh, you're right, Sam. Gagne, first man in on the forecheck that time. Beauvillier, pass comes in front. He's stopped by Dubois. What a chance for Rimouski, but Alex Dubois was there for Moncton.
Now you look at this Rimouski team, just 18 shots at goal as we reach the midway mark of the third period. And this is a young group. Gauthier, Koslick, Morin, all obviously ranked by the National Hockey League Central Scouting. The one player not on there is Philippe DeRocher, who's ranked 6th by National Hockey League Central Scouting in terms of North American goaltenders. But the point is this being a young hockey club this late in the year, you can see signs of fatigue in this young club, and that's why it's been tough to generate offense.
Mike throws it in front of the net. Bouquet able to get a stick on it, prevent Dubois from covering up. Kosteluk a shot. Dubois looking for it. Picked up by Philip Deneau, and he's able to get it safely to the boards. Deneau stolen from him by Loizo. Now J.F. Plante playing forward. He's hung up along the boards by Wood. Ron trying to get to the puck. Deneau's down there. He didn't have it covered, but got the whistle.
Nice pushback by Rimouski now to try and just pound and down in the offensive zone, but it's tough when you've struggled in the face-off circle all game. You're going up against guys like Deneau and like Alex Saunier, who've been so good in the face-off circle all season long. Tough to generate offense when you're not starting with the puck.
Down to 10:27 to go in the third. Face-off win by Deneau. Jaskin pressured by Leclerc, gets the puck out to center. Barbashev and Deneau. It's a 2-on-1. Barbashev to Deneau, looking for the hat trick, and he was hung up by Lavoie. Didn't get a good shot on it. Beauvillier trying to use that speed to get around Racine, and the two Florida Panther prospects have had some battles in this game.
Yes, they have.
Yes,
but they don't like each other.
Jaskin first man to the puck. That's usually bad news for the opposition. Trying to get it to Barbashev. Alexander Lavoie came back. Got it to DeLuca. Not out. Saunier. Jaskin. Jaskin tried to move it in front of the net. Got the pass through. Barbashev couldn't get to it.
Young mistake by DeLuca. Backhanded pass off balance across his own zone.
Beauvillier has his hands full. Trying to get the puck out. No one was open. Beauvillier again has to make a move. All tied up by Jaskin, and Beauvillier's drawn a penalty. Jaskin will be going off, and Beauvillier at the end of a shift will just let the Wildcats touch the puck. And a big opportunity here for the Océanic to get themselves back in at a power play coming up for Rimouski, trying to close the gap on Friday Night Hockey.
Beauvillier does a good job. He just extends himself, and Jaskin trying to make sure he doesn't exit the zone. Gets the stick on him. A little slash, a little hook. Call it whatever you like. But nonetheless, and the most important power play of the game here for the Rimouski Océanic.
Moncton's been disciplined too. This is just a second chance for Rimouski with a man advantage. 0 for 1 coming into this opportunity. DeRosier leaves it behind the net. Gagne and Beauvillier, a little miscommunication. Alain Saunier made life difficult for a moment. Lavoie dancing through center. Peter Traynor. His pass picked off by Alain Saunier, and Saunier takes his time before he sends it the length of the ice. Peter Traynor, number 17, the man to watch, number 2 in the league in scoring, and his 15 power play goals this season. To the corner. Gagne lets that get past him. Lavoie along the boards. Lalonde digging it loose. Malindi there. There's a shot from Beauvillier. A hard one. Big bounce. Lavoie put it up high. Dubois is still trying to locate. Now he sees it. No problem, though, because the Wildcats got to it and sent it down the ice. Into the final minute of this power play. Kevin Gagne, the defenseman leading scorer in the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League. Trying to get a little space separated from himself and Alain Saunier. Finally had to move the puck. Dubois slides it to his defenseman. Off the glass, and that does come outside the zone. It comes actually out of play, and it'll be a face-off deep in the Moncton end.
Rimouski unable to establish any sort of presence in the offensive zone. So when this puck hops free, that's enough for Beauvillier. He lets it ride. And then Lavoie with an opportunity, but that one's deflected over the net. The two best chances so far, but really unable to get sustained pressure on this power play.
McKinnon to Kosteluk. There's a hard shot, but Dubois got over and made the save.
It's amazing what can happen, RJ, when you win the faceoff, and that's been a struggle all night long for the Rimouski Océanic. But here in the offensive zone, power play, clean faceoff win, point to point. That results in the Kosteluk shot. McKinnon, Kosteluk, and an open shot on goal, but that's all because Rimouski was able to win that draw.
Gauthier can't beat Elaine Saulnier this time. Alex Saulnier sends it the length of the ice. Down to 20 seconds to go in the power play for Rimouski. Down by 2. 7:40 remaining in the third period. Time ticking away on the Océanic. Anthony DeLuca, one of the rookies in this lineup for Rimouski. The puck comes back to McKinnon. The stick of DeRosier warning his players. The penalty's about to expire. DeBow makes one last save. Yaskin's back on the ice. Short side chance. Couple of cracks at it for Plant, and DeBow rock solid again.
Well, that's all because Gauthier hard on the forecheck and playing that physical game that Rimouski wants him to play, using that 6'4", 215-pound frame. Good shot on goal, but as the rebound goes to the corner, watch Gauthier, number 23. He chases it down, and because he's hard on Melindy, that frees the puck to go to the far side, and a good opportunity there with Plant on the doorstep. But Dubois makes the stop, but now you're starting to see more why scouts like Gauthier so much.
An important penalty kill for Moncton. Moncton with the 10th ranked penalty kill. That maintains their 2-goal lead. Kevin Gagne, that was pretty good tracking in center field to knock that one down. Lucas Grundy's even jumping into the play. Alex Saulnier, slap shot from center. DeRosier leaves it there for Alexandre Lavoie. Gagne, he's jumping in on this rush. Has he had a shift off in this third period? Kostolek, he hurries over to keep this puck in. Puts it right on. Dubois with no traffic in front, handled it easily. Gagne rolls it down low. Lavoie had to go under his stick. Oak, he's tied up by Sweeney. Racine comes up with a puck. Racine banks it off the boards. And will that have enough for icing? They wave it off. Kevin Gagne was taking the long route to the puck. Didn't work out for him.
Bouncing the shoulders, making it look like he was giving it that max effort.
That's a overage veteran, knows all the tricks. Romaine slides it ahead, but it is offside, charged against Moncton. Moncton Wildcats might find their way onto the connected highlights tonight. Rimouski, do they have something in store for a late comeback? Just over 5 minutes to go in the third. Anthony DeLuca goes into the corner against James Melindy. Pass in front of Beauvillier, and he just couldn't pull the trigger. Filipino takes his time through center. Little saucer pass to Barbashev. Gets it to Yaskin. And Yaskin let a howitzer go, but it was wide. And all along the boards, tied up by Leclerc. Rimouski takes possession. Beauvillier picks up some speed in his own zone. Beauvillier, there's a move. Can he get that shot away? Blocked by Melindy. A brave play by Melindy because Beauvillier can fire it.
And he does a really good job of shooting it hard while on the fly.
Wayne Saulnier to center. DeRosier. The Plant. Peter Trainer at a standstill. Now he picks up some speed. Scott Oak over the line. Oak shot. That's off a stick. Lofts into the corner. Back to the line. Plant quickly threw it in front of the net. Kevin Gagne's back out there. Gagne trying to get it in front to Oak. Moncton converging in front of their goal and not letting Rimouski get that grade A chance. Bayou one-on-one. High, hard backhand. Oak checked right away by Penny. Penny checks another man. Comes in on the offense now. And he dumps it into the corner. Christophe Lalonde sends it ahead. Gagne picks it up.
He hasn't left the ice in the third period. Unbelievable.
Coaching staff talked about the gas tank he has, and with great cardio, he never does seem to get tired, and that's a fortunate thing for Rimouski when they're short defensemen, but it's an uphill climb in this one tonight.
Tough when you've got that 3-4 waves worth of Moncton forwards, and let's not forget Ross Johnson out of the lineup because of that 15-game suspension, which, by the way, the Moncton Wildcats said they will appeal to them.
Well, that would take them into the playoffs, the 15 games. I believe 3 games into the playoffs. So certainly would love to have him back as soon as possible. He's a big power forward that can produce offensively.
I think the hope for Moncton is to just try and get the suspension reduced to the rest of the regular season so that they have...
Yaskin, what a force. Kostelik, all he could do just to knock it away. Maintained by Dano in the corner. Dano comes to the top of the circle. Dano looking in front the whole way. Yaskin's behind the net waiting for it. Gauthier trying to stay close to him. Yaskin, some good puck skills. Clever play by Yaskin along the boards. Finally, Kostelik leans into him. McKinnon quickly ahead to Oak. Able to leave it behind his own net, makes the pass along the boards to Barbashev, acting like the third defenseman out there. Dano to the line. Now it's Yaskin. Front of the net, knocked down by Gagne. Dano checked in before he could get wound up. Melindy dumps it in. Gauthier. Pretty good job of changing direction to knock that down. Gagne, the defenseman, is behind the net. Alain Saulnier's on him. Imon's there. Puck frozen along the boards. Referee has the whistle to the mouth. Finally says that's enough. Blows the whistle. The Moncton Wildcats still with that 2-goal lead on Friday Night Hockey.
Tired of faded bumpers, foggy...
Well, just over 2 minutes to go in the third. Rimouski's down by 2, so they pulled the goalie. Desrosier's on the bench. The extra attacker is out there. And that just went out of play, and they're saying it's off a Rimouski player, so this face-off will come outside.
That'll force Desrosiers back into the goal as he hops off the bench. Serge Beausoleil making sure that extra player comes off. And with the neutral zone face-off, he has no choice, but he should... There he is. He stops between the hash marks.
Moncton controls off the draw. Alain Saulnier gets the pass. Alex Saulnier sends it in. Desrosiers, his pass to Gagne, stolen by Alain Saulnier. This is exactly where the Saulniers would like to have the puck. And they can keep possession for a while too, but Kevin Gagne was up to the task. Gagne trying to circle inside the zone. Gauthier's fallen down. Desrosier's on his way to the bench. Extra attackers back on, but all the Rimouski players had stopped at the line. They didn't have any speed. Bayou lofts it toward the open net. That missed. Gagne has to hurry. Bayou's right on his heels. Got the pass to Beauvillier. Dano knocked it outside the line. Bayou sends it down the ice. Won't be icing. Now Kostelik. Lalonde's right there. Lalonde has the puck. Chris Lalonde with a minute to go. To Bayou. Now Lalonde. Can he get to the front of the net? Puts it off the side of the net. Bayou tried to get to the rebound and missed. Beauvillier to Trainer. Trainer's pass to Beauvillier. Melindy got in between that. Bayou clearing. Doesn't work. Gets a little help from his defenseman and a little too much help because that is icing and a face-off deep in the Moncton zone.
Again, you talk about having the goalie out with a minute and a half left, and so Rimouski loses that draw, and that results in the next face-off, which is now, so about a minute 10 killed off as a result of that. And one area which scouts would like to see Gauthier improve it. Hey, you're 17 years old. That's something that will definitely come along as there's been a timeout call.
Well, both teams an opportunity to rest their big guns for the final few seconds. Coming up Saturday on Sportsnet, it's the UFC on Sportsnet. Vanderlei Silva against Brian Stan, 10 o'clock Eastern Time, 7 o'clock Pacific Time on Pacific West, Ontario and East. This has been a fight all game long for Serge Beausoleil's team. A lot of injuries. Now down to the final 37.2 seconds. They dug deep. Can they dig deep to get a couple of late ones? Trainer, a shot! Dubois made the save. Racine stopped him once. Dubois stopped him the other time. Gagne, traffic in front. Looking for a redirect. It didn't happen. And it's cleared down the ice by Moncton. How's the draw weight this time? A little too heavy still. Another icing call.
Great chance with Trainer free on the far side, on the weak side. And they couldn't get it to go. And Rimouski now down to its final chop. Absolutely imperative to win this draw clean.
Moncton so good on face-offs, and there's Alex Saulnier with a big face-off win. Wayne Saulnier along the boards. Gagne took it from him. Rimouski has to get something to the net immediately. Oh, circles the net. Can't get a shot away. Good sticks by Moncton, and final few seconds. This doesn't matter how much weight it's got. Not enough time on the clock for Rimouski, and the Moncton Wildcats make it 5 straight wins as they walk into the Colisée de Rimouski and get the victory.
Well, the
That's Nash with him. Nash to the goal.
With the NHL Game Center app, you can stay connected to all the action from your smartphone or tablet, whether you're at home or on the road. It's the only hockey app that lets you watch live out-of-market games, in-game video highlights, and stream live game audio right on your mobile device. Take hockey with you with the NHL Game Center app. To download NHL Game Center, call ** NHL from your mobile phone or visit your app store today. Verizon is the official wireless provider of the NHL.
Here's Crosby.